Hello, and good afternoon. So, more than likely gonna get randomly interrupted, don't worry about it. Just gonna be a very casual thing today. So, long story short, I wanted to go through a bunch of old Genesis things. I was feeling kind of nostalgic for, just to kind of see if anyone else recognized this crap from way back in the day. Starting off with none other than Subterranea, which is in no way ever gonna be friggin' mastered to a level like this guy right here. Actually kind of surprising. They're basically showing a near impossible level of accomplishment there. Because for one thing, those kinds of maneuvers, not very normal. Second of all, they actually had a level 3 weapon thing, and they were on the very last level, which seems nigh impossible unless somebody's basically done a, well, perfect run up to that point. So, okay, let's do this thing. But alright. So, Subterranea, it's basically like Lunar Lander, except... Why are my controls not working? Hang on. I think it's not letting me hit buttons from this part. Nope, nope, nope. Actually, funnily enough, they even give you, like, the little thing up here in the top right, where it's telling you exactly what inputs they're using, giving you a few little hints. Like, yeah, this is kind of a bizarrely precision game, or a friggin' Genesis game. Alright, where are my inputs? And why exactly are they not working? Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and reset this real quick, and, yeah, maybe it'll actually decide to work right. Such things happen, you know? For some reason the controls just go all friggin' weird when I end up doing that. Shouldn't have reset it. Now, I'm basically just gonna go through each of these random things, well, pretty much until the first game over, just to kind of show them off. Alright, come on. Give me my controls. There we go. Now it's working. Let's get this thing going. So at the start of each one, it gives you this little briefing here. So this has a lot of cool features, I should point out. So yeah, at the very start, like, they basically say, okay, so our satellite thing sucks. In the top right, you'll see it's basically 1.0. Like, oh, you know, there was this attack or whatever, you're supposed to do a counterattack. The actual story of the whole situation makes no sense. You're basically going to all of these places to collect a bunch of modules to be able to allow your sub to go underwater. Great design on that sub there. Actually, the design on this little spaceship thing is just questionable pretty much everywhere. So they get to version 2.0 by the time you get to level 4, I believe. I believe there's 7 in total. What's funny is the 1.0 version is by far the most useful. So yeah, like, it starts off like this, and then in each different one they add a few little new goodies. So okay, you're not ready for underwater yet. Recover some sub-modules, etc., etc., etc. I think you only have like 2 underwater missions, and one of them requires such precision that it's a wonder anybody ever beat this game. Which is funny, because it's almost like it wanted to be kind of like an arcadey roguelike sort of thing. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. There's a really goofy looking guy. Comes down. So, first things first, we're gonna go here. Go ahead and shoot all of these dealies. So you're constantly falling. As you can see here, you don't really get anything for fighting these things, but I don't want to get hit by them on the way out. Don't run into those... Oh, dang it, I didn't mean to make that move yet. As you can see, it has a bunch of traps like that, where you end up destroying your power-ups and things like that if you end up accidentally hitting a button. So we're going to be going a little bit faster here. Here are these sub-modules, by the way. You can see you get beaten around everywhere all the friggin' time. Oh crap, I forgot to check if I had the humans ROM downloaded. Oh well, we might not even have time to get to that. Yeah, the crazy maneuvers I was mentioning were a bit impossible early on. Yeah, you can kind of see why. You're so low on gas all the time that there's really no reason you'd be doing any fancy maneuvers. You just collect these guys, then you head back. I hope I have enough gas. And don't run out of gas. Oh, this is gonna be one of those ones. Nope, nope, just got... Oh. But you just immediately die if you run out of gas, by the way. Conveniently, there's an extra life right here, but, yeah. Could be better. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Yeah, one of the very first puzzles in the game right there. You go to the right, you push... You somehow figure out that you're supposed to shoot at the thing to make it move. Which, I mean, I think I only ever figured that out because of, Echo the Dolphin logic. That game was friggin' awesome. You ever played Tides of Time? I never thought I would hear myself saying that a freaking game about a dolphin was amazing. You ever want to look up the epitome of, like, Genesis soundtracks? Look up the Tubes of Medusa. God, that soundtrack's good. And yeah, honestly, you'd probably get more maneuverability out of sticking a jetpack to a cow there, Mr. Cow. This thing can do a bunch of tricks. It can go, you know, forward, backward, do all kinds of spins and stuff, but this whole constantly falling thing is a problem. So right off the bat, they're like, yeah, check it out, we upgraded to version 1.1, we made our firmware better, check out this sweet skull map. And, yeah, they're like, yeah, go fight this super beast, right off the bat. You know, you already died in the very first one. Most of the time, even when you know what you're doing, you end up getting killed off in the first one. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. Go fight a doomsday weapon. Friggin' level 2. What's funny is they introduce a railway mechanic. Which is, it's, like, honestly, if you're at the point where you have to design your levels to have a railway mechanic, to, you know, get all the way around because there isn't enough gas, to actually have a boss fight, maybe consider giving a little bit more gas. Okay, start off with 2 refills, it's still not enough to really do it. That's actually why I picked this up. You can actually sort of get around for free using that guy's tail. Oh, and these things home in, so that's fair. Unfortunately, the missiles don't last very long. He's not the scariest boss in the world, but you do want to take out that left side pretty quick, like. There we go. Get recharges for both your shields and your gas pretty much everywhere, so not terribly scary. Might as well show off this rail mechanic here. Oh wait, right. Man, that thing is so dicky. Nope, I don't want red, give me green, please. There we go. And now I got homing. Sort of homes a little bit, like crappy homing. And then you just like slide along this rail. Except you still use some gas. And then if you ever run out of gas, you're just dead, because that makes sense. Little bizarre little spermoids. That's the only way I can describe these. If you get red too, it's just like an upgraded little shooty blast thingy. It's arguably way better, I just kind of prefer this one personally. Just because you can do this kind of shenaniganry. There we go, and he's almost done. Again, ridiculously awkward controls. Anybody that ever wants to complain about awkward controls in their game, just direct them to Subterranea. I mean, I still love the hell out of this, don't get me wrong. Just because it's, like, technologically pulling off so much stuff here. That's the end of that. Sort of okay on gas. Not terribly great at it. Again, why this guy can't exactly just hover, I don't know. Hover, you dick. These missiles probably are not worth it whatsoever. Yeah, no, they're not. At all. Screw it. Just get the other stuff and leave. What's funny is this has not even started on the dickery yet. Oh, never mind. There it is. You wanted insta-death traps. There you go. What's funny is that's where you get the extra life. Or no, wait, no it isn't. You get the extra life up here then? Yeah. Gross. Maybe I don't remember this as well as I thought I did. In that case, that one's just completely not worth it. Yeah, these can screw you pretty badly too. You can get a little bit stuck there, like I said. Or like I was showing off. They didn't include an ending? Yeah, I can believe that. There's some of these old ones that, like, honestly, even this one, I'm pretty sure if they didn't have this whole time attack mode, they probably wouldn't have bothered including an ending. Actually, I think the ending is literally just a bunch of stuff blows up. Speaking of, the intro to this thing, first thing they show is the place getting blown up. Second thing they show is the guy pulling the alarm. and then getting cut off. How did he pull the alarm while it was blowing up? This thing got vaporized in like a second. Whatever. Oh, AO, you actually played this? I've literally never heard anyone aside from my brother having actually played this. Like, in all honesty, it's an interesting mechanic, but I feel like the only game I've ever seen that tried to do something similar was Pixel Junk Shooter, which was kind of the same thing except using more water mechanics, and it was way more forgiving. Yeah, next door neighbor lent it to me. Yeah, it's got interesting stuff to it. Like this one in particular, you have a pretty interesting puzzle. It's just really douchily designed. So the stuff that they're showing you, I mean, it's all right. They basically show you where you start, where to go, what to do. So a better version of what they're trying to say here is, yeah, you have to get behind that wall. What they don't tell you is there's a bunch of crap swarming around in that little giant, not little, the huge center area there. You're supposed to actually go grab a different deflector thing. They're like, oh, if you happen to use one. No, you need to use 3 of them. So, on the bottom right there, there's a deflector. You have to basically go and figure out the controls that they never bothered to tell you to actually shoot the thing onto a truck, which then moves around, which you're supposed to figure out is then supposed to clear the way to let you get access to a button, which you're supposed to figure out you're just supposed to kind of land on. There's really no indicator of why exactly no one would think that. Start draining even more gas, because, you know, this game apparently had some pretty major economic messages going on. Okay, so they never bothered telling you how to switch weapon. If that laser touches you, you're just instantly dead. At least this thing makes some effort. Yeah, that blocks that off. You go over here, do this sort of thing, push this button. Hope you didn't pick up that fuel tank earlier, otherwise you have doomed yourself. Dicky placement of those things, because they really don't do much aside from just kind of go around and deflect stuff. They're there to justify the laser. But yeah. Go down here. Eventually, because we don't want to burn gas. Because this thing has all the fuel economy of a frickin' airliner. Okay. Keep wanting to move the analog sticks to get some better camera view. That's never gonna happen. What's funny is they give you a little shield replenishing thing, even though you probably wouldn't have taken any damage, because in a weird spot of mercy, those things at the very top do not actually damage your shield, but landing slightly off does. Go figure that logic. Alright, so we go back up. Now if you're thinking maybe you're supposed to drop this one on there instead, no, you're supposed to figure out to go stand exactly right here holding this thing while trying to avoid those stupid things at exactly the right elevation, which it doesn't trigger it in a lot of cases, so you have to slowly climb up an elevation, because if you actually hover in the right spot, it will never actually fire. Oh, come on. Come on, you dick. Come on. Any day now. Oh, you suck. Oh, you suck. Yeah, basically dead. That's what I mean, like, this is just... It's interesting, it's just douchily designed, because now I have to go back and do the exact same thing all over again. Afford to burn some gas, because all of these little things are replenished, thankfully. It kind of checkpoints you a little bit. Yeah, pick that up. Now to go back and do it all over again, because the truck is going to drive back and forth. It'll just pick a random spot to have those shots bounce off, so we go figure out the elevation. Needed to go for that one. You prick! Oh my god. See, this is what I mean. It's just annoying. You end up burning through everything because these stupid things run into you, and this is the exact elevation you have to sit at. And then it only fires occasionally, and then... yeah. Finally. Excuse me, I've got to run out of gas and die now. Yep. You know, saying yeah buddy to celebrate, I suppose. Alright. No, we don't need that just yet. Now if for some reason you thought blow up building, then, you know, suddenly terrain is destructible. Yeah, the farthest I've ever been able to get is 4. Actually, the only way that I knew that there was even more to it was when I went and watched the speedrun of the thing. And even then, the guy was, like, just barely making it, even with absolute mastery of the dang thing. Okay. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I'm gonna go back. You know, I'm gonna go and get past that laser thing. No. You needed to go back. You need to go get this thing. You need to go pick it up. And then need to go deflect the thing back on itself. Again, interesting concept if these things weren't so pricky. There we go. Yeah, that's not awkward or anything. Alright. Now, because they couldn't figure out any better place to store all this crap, go over here. Pick up these folks. I don't know why they even bother having a count of how many make it back, because you can't make it back with, well, without getting all of them, so... Meh. Oh, wait, gas is about to run out again. Just. Friggin' fancy maneuvers in the intro, yeah, right. So there we go. There's 3 done. Yeah, kind of back in the day, they expected a lot of people to do rentals, and they expected a lot of them to be kind of arcadey type stuff. Oh, that's wrong, kiddo. Hang on, let me get kiddo a snack. One moment. And back. Okay. I will say, they tried to upgrade this a little bit, but I want to point out, they showed 3 separate spots on the map, and then they proceeded to leave none of them up, and they also didn't explain nearly as much. Like, they don't explain that there's a crapload of annoying stuff to taking care of that building in the middle. They don't explain anything to, you know, what exactly the capabilities of the quote-unquote the thing are. Hell, they haven't even explained weapon upgrades up to this point. But if you end up replacing them, well, you're kind of screwed. Also, don't explain they have one fuel refill to actually pull this off. I got green too. I got little electroids instead of little spermoids now. This thing's just kind of gonna hang out over here. This is the last one that I vaguely remember. There we go, so that just completely wrecks his bacon with no problems. But what they don't tell you is you're supposed to go and kind of dismantle this thing from the top down, because it'll stop affecting it if the area above it is still there. And you're supposed to go through the entire thing. Shield is practically non-existent at this point. I believe we got knocked down to level 1. We got knocked out here, though. I'm gonna go back for the gas. Man, this would be so much more fun without the fuel mechanic. Or at least like 50% more gas, you know? I remember Thunder Force. Them things were fun. The Thunder Force, and what was the other one? Take a look at the list after this one inevitably ends in failure. But there was this one mech one that I really liked too. Actually, there were a couple mech ones. Specifically, if you've ever played, what's it, Exo Squad? There's this thing for a Saturday morning cartoon. And despite that, it was actually really good. So we collected the dealie. Now we gotta go collect the other dealie, while getting dripped on by some other dealie. And considering that these guys are supposed to be a combat squad that need rescuing, they never bothered to deal with the thing that was right next to them. Excellent job. You guys were very useful. Alright, so surprisingly that went off without a hitch, and we actually might make it back without losing anything. So I'm completely and totally blind up to this point. Or for everything past this point, because again, this is the last thing that I actually remember, aside from that one water part. And all I remember is that you have only exactly enough, like almost down to the friggin' second, to get everything right, while doing so completely blind. Because that's how nice designers do things. And be NFL Finisher for 99 lives. Yeah, same thing will go for... what's it? Earthworm Jim 2 in just a sec here. So that's the one I'll do after this one. It was the same thing where there was... they had a bunch of cool mechanics and everything going on, but there was so much in it that was just douchey. Oh, now they're at 2.1. Fancy schmancy. Love how the other ones were not explosive, but this one totally is, all of a sudden. Okay. So it looks just like the other ones that were just dismantled with no problem or fanfare whatsoever. You know, or we could actually pick them up before contaminating it, or you could actually let me know where they friggin' are. Instead of just saying, hey, here's a picture of roughly where they are. Like, it gave a blip for a second, which makes me think it's probably a glitch. What? I'm sorry. They stole it. So it's the saboteur, right? As in, supposedly, a guy that, you know, came in and did it. That thing does not look like it was sabotaging anything. It looks like it was breaking stuff. That's like a giant friggin' space crab. Alright. First things first, let's just do all this nonsense. So it says go blow up dealie. Oh yeah, this is ridiculous. Forgot this. Yeah. So I guess this is when stuff actually gets real. Nifty. Wait, what? Wait, how am I supposed to shut that thing down again? Oh, you look interesting. How are you? Anti-shield fire. Okay then. Yeah, that's a thing. I mean, I guess technically speaking, fire should be very effective against something like that, in theory. Got gas. Over here someplace, right? Or am I boned? I think boned is about right. Oh, whatever, might as well pick up these guys. Oh, no wait, they're too fancy and important to come to the actual ship. Oh wait, I actually did leave the level 2, never mind. And completely correct, in that case we can get a level 3. 50. In now. 5, we need to get 9 though. Funny how they made a big deal about the fact that everything's gonna be contaminated and yet nothing happened. Right. This thing is not dangerous to anything but this exact ship. Like honestly, it's no threat to anything. I'm downgraded by 1. Kinda making me think we have to shoot it from the bottom or something. Alright, later. I don't really know how you're supposed to do this. Thing doesn't actually appear to be getting hurt by anything. Yeah, it wasn't even flashing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and assume probably can't do anything against it, so probably need to find some puzzle element somewhere. Can't just leave. I gotta go collect the plot doohickey. Let's shoot the rock. Looks like I can maybe drop the rock on it. What if? No, that wasn't it. I was thinking what if when it was popping out, maybe it was something to go for then. Oh, there we go. That's the end of that one. Wait, what? 0.9 and it failed? Why is it now 0.9 and why is it... Whatever. By the way, so you want to know the best thing? Top of the high scores. Top of the friggin' high scores from failing at the very fourth... Wait, fifth? Failing at the fifth thing. Yeah, good to know that they had some high expectations there. Alright. Emulator has crashed. That's perfectly fine. So have I, multiple times. Whoa. Holy crap. So it's weird, I still get these text messages from my old apartment complex. Only they have like a whole kidnapping situation going over there. Jeez. Well, that's friggin' bizarre. Alright. So, Mr. Cow, this should be your favorite thing ever if you've never seen it. You said you tried some version of this. Yeah, it is basically a friggin' worm in a power armor suit with a machine gun. That's... This is gonna get weird. So, the controls are actually reversed. Okay, let's see. It's gonna get really weird because I was just trying this yesterday and the controls are friggin' reversed in every possible way. Alright. No. And yeah, you've basically got the worst of many things, and a thing that is relatively ambitious, all things considered. Like, it does a lot of things right, it does a lot of things very wrong, though. Like, for example, to get that extra life right there, you gotta do 3 little kind of precision jump type things here. But the weird thing is, you have 2 different versions of that jump. You got, like, your jump and your whip thing, then you got your jump and your parachuting, and then you got your jump and your green one. Because that makes sense, you need multiple versions of the same thing. Way cool. You collect those things, I forget what exactly they do, I think they're continues or something. But yeah, the reason I said this was probably your favorite thing ever, there's a bunch of cows in it. Let's see, got a house, or a gun that shoots houses at things. You know, usual kind of good stuff. That, for whatever reason. Yeah, may have not mentioned that this thing's chaotic as all crap. But there's basically different gimmicks to every single place that you go to, and even then you probably got more on top of that. So as far as variety, it's definitely got you covered. Oh yeah, so, you know, sometimes it just rains grandmas. And unfortunately these are, like, you can't actually avoid them unless you already know what's coming. Also, random Jaws poster in the background. So that skips a bunch of level. Now you got your grandma bonus round up here. Guess you want your extra life and your extra points. I should mention, I loved the hell out of this growing up. Like, this was just all the time. Ugh. And you gotta weigh it all the way down. A little bit annoying. Because they do position these in such a way that if you don't know what's coming, you will not be able to avoid it because they have a massive friggin' box on them. You get touched with even the middle of the umbrella, you're just screwed. And didn't even get the extra life out of it. Wonderful. But yeah, you have to run it twice if you want the extra life. Kinda sucks. This is one of those ones where they make you go... you have to pull way too much effort in to actually get the extra lives. Alright, moving on. I think you could walk into one of these. But really what I wanted to show off for this one, and probably the part where I'm going to end up getting stuck, is the second level of it. Just because it had a really cool mechanic that it... Well, I would say the closest time that I've ever seen it emulated. By the way, random electric chair, because why wouldn't there be one there? Closest that I've ever seen to it being emulated was actually in Terraria, of all things. This exact mechanic is used for cows later. Just pointing that out. Sort of Vermilion, it is, but... maybe not. It's the running out of town and getting murdered immediately simulator. By the way, pretty much best boss fight ever right here. I don't care how stupid it is, that gets me every time. It's so mean too, but apparently that goldfish is a douche. The well done cows. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. There's a bunch of really frustrating parts of this, but in principle, man, I love this thing. So this is what I was talking about, like, you're basically going and reshaping the entire thing, and you pretty much make your own route through this. Like, there's a few funnels, but for the most part, you pretty much just kind of do your own thing here. I don't think they actually limit you on your machine gun for this one, because you'd actually be stuck if you were limited. Whereas on the last one you saw I actually had to collect stuff for it. You know, I don't remember actually. Interesting bit of level design here that I remember, by the way. If you try to climb back down to, like if you end up getting a continue there, and you climb back down to get that continue, then you'll be in a position where you'll just repeatedly keep climbing up. Right there, there were ants. Those, believe it or not threatening as actual ants. They're threatening because they throw babies at you. I would show it off, except it's just gonna happen on its own. No, come on, do the thing. There we go. It's funny because my brother and I used to just go and quote the ever-loving crap out of that as kids. Like every time somebody asked, how would you like your food cooked? It's like, oh, tender. We might have been complete dorks. Come on, get the thing. Got kind of limited range, as you might be able to tell. Oh, these things. You can't always exactly get an angle on them. There's a bunch of hidden routes. I actually have never figured out those hidden routes. I don't know where exactly. Yeah, I think that one triggers way earlier than I was actually doing there. So this is the one that I was talking about earlier with, like, if you run out of time here, you're basically just dead unless you have a health pickup nearby. If you, let's see, if you get to the last boss and you have anything less than full health, you're pretty much just screwed. Don't hurt the cute ants. Dude, they throw babies. There's nothing cute about those ants. Not to mention they're lion ants. Not to mention they started it. And technically I'm not hurting them. I'm actually kind of going the pacifist route by just burning their nest. Because they'll be fine. And so will I. So, good deal. Actually, funny story. If you ever look at, there's this channel, Fact Fiend. There's a story on there about a octopus apparently going and getting eaten by ants. Alright, so just in case they don't show up, I'll wait for one of the ones with the baby to spawn. Yeah, there we go. Friggin' projectile babies. But yeah, they will wreck your bacon if you get close. It's like everything in this, just shoot first, ask questions later. So like to create the annoying princess part from... That is a weird thing to emulate right there. Does she like the idea of being kidnapped or something? Why exactly they give you a time up right before a continue is anyone's guess. We're almost at that boss area. There's one more big climb to do here. Oh, what? I should be climbing onto that. Why am I not climbing onto that exactly? It appears to have bugged out. Who knows? So the problem with having so many different options is actually the fact that sometimes you end up forgetting which buttons do what. Like right there, you end up like swinging the whip instead of friggin' shooting stuff or whatever else. Right. Oh, get away from me. Almost there, come on. Made it there with 3 lives too, which is just, considering how badly stuff was going yesterday, practically unheard of. Oh, more outlines there. I don't actually know how long Earthworm Jim ran, like, as a show. Couldn't have been more than a couple of years, right? Oh, here it is. The problem is you're on a timer here. Oh, did I actually get it? So yeah, if stuff goes off screen, it apparently seems to save, save actual damage and all that. As you can see, this thing's kind of BS. And if you're thinking, hey, more weapons, you don't actually get anymore. And if he touches you, he will eat you and eat 45% of your health. There we go. Got through with no problems. How about that? Look up something. Weird. Okay. So something different will happen for every single level here.
Well done.
Oh! Oh, it's Puppy Love. Okay. Yes, this one's awesome. Okay, hold on. Be right back. Okay, back. So this this is one of the harder ones, but one of the more awesome ones. All you have to do is catch puppies. If you don't catch them, it's super messed up. Alright, any day now. Use the bomb. What? Right, that's how this went. Yeah, thankfully the hitbox for this one is pretty forgiving. Oh, jeez. Yeah, once you start getting to the point of juggling 4 of them by the time Puppy Love 2 rolls around, that's when stuff gets a little bit dire. And yeah, if you miss any, they, like, explode in a red... Oh, jeez, like that. They just explode in a smush, and it's horrible. Needless to say, this one was a little bit messed up. And yes, you do want to get this one over too. Then she gets angry about it and chucks it at him. Exactly. Unfortunately, Puppy went splat. But then this guy got exploded, so... there's that. Alright. Some of them I'm pretty sure you're supposed to fail, though, because as I recall, there was no way to avoid some of them. I don't know why they needed to make them go into a splat like that. It was just messed up. Feels like the kind of thing that would have gotten censored, you know? There we go. Nailed it. Like, from a visual and technical and everything else standpoint, it's the only way to do it. You can't bounce it back at him, so it's the only way to do it, I'm sorry. I think the salamander level's after this. I hope it is. I like the salamander level. Here we go. Some weird friggin' bird terrorist guy. How many friggin' puppies does this dog have? Oh, jeez. Ah, that's so messed up. Okay, there we go, done. Just. Okay, and we're done here. Pretty sure. Or is there more? Is there more? Oh crap, there's more. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna get eaten. Yeah, I'm gonna get this over there, because it's the only way of possibly surviving this, which might be an intentional design decision. Yep. She gets a little bit unhappy about it. Oh wait, it's only a 30% loss. Okay, never mind, it's not. Okay, I thought the 4... Oh crap. I thought the 4 was for part 2. So why have I changed sides all of a sudden? There we go. Or was it 6 that was the second one? Oh crap. Oh crap. This is just messed up. Lady. Oh crap. Why did you have so many, and why did you let this guy take all of them? Just what horrible conditions are they living in there? When you'd think she would have done this to that guy. But no. Okay. There we go. Done deal. She had the ability to just solve this problem with, well, no casualties whatsoever. Please tell me there's no round 5. Okay, no. Okay, so is the next one UFOs or the salamander? Okay, there's UFOs, salamander, I know the food one's last. And there's at least one more puppy love. Oh, there we go, yes, it is the salamander. Oh, and there's the one with the balloon, where you're just flying up as a balloon the entire time. So, yeah. So this is a thing that's happening. No! Dang it! Fine, I won't take the continue or whatever that is. Also, yeah, no, I just saw that comment there. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. He clearly has several more in there. Nothing about that situation makes sense, I think it's fair to say. There's a worm. You know what? I kind of want to get that worm. Funnily enough, Wait, what? One worm, what is one worm? I don't actually know what that does. I've completely forgotten. Wait, what? Yeah, you'd think it would be, huh? Yeah, let's just say it didn't exactly take off for a reason. Dude, just lay off and let me get in there. This is frustrating. I remember loving this one, but this is... I think it was mostly for the music. Where's the one with the game show? I know one of those stop points as a game show.
Way cool.
Also, why the grandma little blobs explode, who knows? Is this the game show? Kinda looks like it. Nope, must be the next one. Come on, go faster! Go for the hard one.
Whoa. Whoopee.
Twice as many worms, whatever those are.
Whoopee.
Come on.
Whoa.
Just barely might make it out. I think the short route is even, or rather the easy route is even way shorter if I recall. You're not really saving any time by doing the hard route, you just get more of these worm dealies.
Whoa. Way cool. Whoa.
Come on, game show, I know you're coming up here. You think I'm joking, but no, this actually does turn into a game show. Alright, let's land on that fish. And probably go easy this time. There's really no reason not to. As far as I recall, it was only worthwhile to do that first one on the harder one. That area's just completely blocked anyway. Come on. Let me by. Wait, aren't I just going in the circle now? Okay, this is confusing. Oh, we can just go buy the pencil. Okay. I think it's just known as I'm an idiot.
Groovy.
Where are you? Where are you? Oh, hell no. Get your fluffiness away. Anything down here? Probably not, no. Well, the reason they made it so slow is for exact... Oh, crap.
Groovy.
Oh, they don't show you the death thing.
Bow.
Normally, he kind of just explodes, but it seems like that wouldn't happen here.
Bow.
Here's the game show. Did I lose all my worms? Yeah, I did.
Cool.
Dang it. Oh, that's messed up. You grind up worms to make these? C, I guess? I don't know. Okay, so that's just how many... Gotcha. Wait, why is... I got 7 cents. Because why wouldn't you? You know, this all makes sense. I think there's one more after this. On the right? Nope. Alright, I know we picked the easier route, but come on. Are we done? Did you guys not program in the other buttons for this ROM? I think this part actually does randomize, if I'm not mistaken. Because I do remember it ending on the right one. Oh. Okay. 2, 3, 4. This, left and right. Alright. Can we be done with this now? Love how it seemed like it was going to be super easy. Alright, this one. That one. That one, and we're done. Please. I think this might actually require you to fail. You did it! Oh, sweet.
Ender.
Got a bunch of goodies out of it.
Way cool.
I think that can of worms is actually a continue. Alright, so next is either Puppy Love 2 or the UFO one.
Bow.
Well done.
Hell, at this rate, might not actually get to the other one. Oh, Flying King. Okay, this is the one in the carnival, isn't it? No, it's this one.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
What? Right.
Whoa!
I don't even remember this one.
Whoa! Whoa!
Shake him off. Oh, hang on. One moment.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Clearly, there's no better possible way of getting something somewhere. Ugh, frustrating though. Annoying.
Whoa! Whoa! Way cool! Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know why I don't remember any part of this level. Certainly feels like the right thing to wipe from your mind. Ugh. Describe it less as fun and more just tedious. Where's my balloon? Or baboon? Baboon? Boom boon? One of those things? I love how everything kind of homes, despite the fact that it really shouldn't. Like, flying pigs and, you know, friggin' random UFOs here. Yeah, boats. You know, those homing boat cannons that definitely were a thing. Let's go faster. Ah, jeez. Back to 26% again. Alright. Really, can we be done with this part already? By the way, I would like to point out those paintbrushes that are clearly supposed to be going along the ground are hitting me elsewhere. Alright, let's try this again. One moment.